Hello, I'm Harriet Yashik here at VitaFoods 2019 with the Head of Communication for DSM, Maria Pavlidou. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for visiting.
So last year you were discussing personalised nutrition. Is this a theme that you have continued for this year?
Yes, so we have done a lot of work building on last year's topic actually. And last year we were highlighting our partnership with a very innovative startup called MixFit. So this year we have MixFit again at the booth, but they have really changed the machine and they have developed it much further. But additionally to that, we are highlighting new partnerships. So we have been investing further in different companies as well that provide really complementary solutions that are going into different directions. One of them is Macuwell. It's a partnership we have in Germany that is looking at eye health. The other one is Panaceutics, which is actually creating really great smoothies personalized for you with your name on them. Of course, MixFit is again with us this year, and the last one is Biozoom, which is measuring the antioxidant levels on your skin.
And customized innovation is a theme that keeps cropping up. How are ingredients companies now customizing their products and their innovative approaches?
I mean, for us now, it's all around focusing all around our partnerships in this area. So, as I mentioned last year, it was only about MixFit, but we're really looking to build into that and always looking at different business models depending on the partner and depending on the market, etc.
Could you detail some of the new innovative studies that DSM has undertaken and that you are discussing today?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have been investing a lot in consumer research the last year, and in 2019 so far we have interviewed more than 25,000 consumers. The interviews were split in two studies. One study was on the topic of health concerns. So we wanted to understand what are consumers worried about when it comes to their health. This is a study we did again in 2016, and now we repeated it. And we were interested to see how the concerns changed actually the last 3 years. It was really interesting to see that back when we did it the first time, the number one health concern was weight in the region EMEA. And then it was really resonating with us, with all this obesity pandemic situation and so on. And now in 2019, actually, weight is still important, is in the top 3, but the number 1 position has been overtaken by energy. So now actually energy is the number 1 health concern in EMEA at the moment. And we had a lot of discussions with customers these days and partners. Why is it energy, And it really comes down, everybody agrees that it has to do with the lifestyles. So, and in the survey itself, we drilled down on the drivers, and we asked exactly what is it about energy that worries you, and it's the feeling. Consumers are worried about this feeling of fatigue, and worried about keeping up with everything. So it's really something to worry about. And then we were asking, okay, if you worry about energy, actually, what do you do about it? And we wanted specifically to understand if people take supplements for energy. And we saw that only a small percentage of people that worry about energy actually take a supplement. So that shows to us that there's an opportunity for the supplement manufacturers to make products for that.
And in terms of food and beverage applications, what does DSM know about how ingredients companies, how are they adapting to this?
So we are using now our insights actually in conversations also with food and beverage manufacturers exactly to steer the product lances into what is needed in the market. I think with energy, when it comes to food and bev, it's a little more established, right, with all the energy drinks in the market, but the opportunity there lies in the natural. And this is something, and this is the other survey that we did, because natural, of course, everybody knows it's such a big trend at the moment. And of course, as an industry, we have a definition of how we define natural, and then regulatory bodies in different countries, they all have a definition. But what really matters is how does the consumer define natural for themselves? And the first thing that we find out first is that natural for the consumer means healthy. 80% of the people we interviewed said that actually more natural means more healthy. And then we want to understand how does that translate into food and beverage as well as supplements. So what can make a product lose the perception of naturalness and what can make it win? And of course, it's all about, not surprisingly, right? It's all about non-artificial ingredients, no fake coloration, no artificial sweeteners. And then what is adding to the naturalness is when you have actual fruit juice, actual pieces of fruit, as well as botanicals and ingredients that the consumers recognize without any difficult chemical names. And this is now what solutions we're bringing to the show.
And does naturalness mean traditional? Does it draw on traditional values and traditional knowledge about ingredients?
Yeah, it's really what they said, that they prefer ingredients that they recognize already. So this is, and we try to build on that, creating concepts for VitaFoods this year. So for example, we have created a prototype which has inside fruit flow, which is our ingredient that comes from the tomato extract for heart health with an approved health claim. But in this case, we combined it with garlic. Because garlic, of course, as you said, is a very traditional ingredient and it has a very healthy halo in the mind of the consumer. And it's nothing that is chemical or strange sounding, and you don't need to work to educate why is this good for you.
So how has the show been for you this year?
Yeah, it's been great. So a lot of good discussions, and I think we're all just trying to understand how to use now all these insights and how to make sure that we bring winning products to the marketplace.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.